It was like at the game and having a good old time.
If I could have you guys line up at the back of the room, we're going to be working in groups today. So hold on, I'm going to tell you where to go. I've broken you up into 4 different groups. Each group will cover a separate topic that is one of the reasons for World War I actually happening. The first group will look at the militaries. The second group will look at alliances. The third group will look at imperialism. And the fourth group will look at nationalism. Now, before you get into your groups, I want you to know that not everybody is going to sit down with their friends. So when you get to your tables, you will introduce yourselves, make sure you know each other's names, and then you will tell each other what your favorite movie is. Please go ahead, sit.
My name is Christian, and my favorite movie is 2001: A Space Odyssey.
My name is Marie, and my favorite movie is Fellini's La Dolce Vita.
My name is Caesar, and my favorite movie is...
So I'll be handing out study guides. These are the topics your group will look for. This is going to help you with your research so you have an idea of what you're looking for. There you go.
Thank you.
Look at your study guides. You will notice that each of the questions pertains to your particular topic. This is so that you have an idea of what to look for as you do your research, because I need you to become experts in your particular topic. Because after you do your research and answer the study guide questions, you will be sharing your information with the rest of the class. All right, Marie, how are we doing over here?
Well, we're trying to figure out how to find the right information.
Well, if you look at the study guide, there are certain keywords that you could put into Google to find out. Maybe put in Serbia and Austria-Hungary and see what ties those 2 countries had. And Caesar, you know the rule, backpack off the desk. I think you should take a look at the Black Hand, see what they did, see how they were instrumental in starting World War I. And Christian?
So I found this information on the Black Hand. It's just the Wikipedia page, but there's just a ton of stuff on them.
And it talks about Franz Ferdinand?
There's a section here that's dedicated to just World War I, where it talks about how Black Hand essentially caused...
All right, class, you have 5 more minutes left, and then you will be presenting your findings to the entire class.
So what do we want to talk about first on this thing?
So we need to make sure that we talk about the Black Hand since that's what he presented to us.
All right.
And then also, the Black Hand goes with Franz Ferdinand and Austria.
I love that band. By the way.
All right, class. We are finishing up our research, so I want you guys to make sure you know what you're talking about with your groups, because we will be presenting to the class first. We will start with the group that looked at military, then we will listen to the group that will speak about the alliances, and then the group that researched imperialism. And then we will finish with the group 4 that looked at nationalism. All right, group imperialism. That was fantastic. Exactly what I expected. And now we have nationalism. Group 4, please come to the front of the class.
Okay, we were group nationalism. The Black Hand was a Serbian terrorist group. They wanted to kill and succeeded Franz Ferdinand to keep Austria-Hungary out of Serbia. We see this as an extreme form of nationalism.
All right, now we've heard from nationalism. So from the militarism, we've heard that countries were building up their militaries, getting bigger standing armies. We've heard about the alliances between separate countries. We've also heard about the imperialism, which spanned the globe. Now we've heard about nationalism and about the importance of nationalism in starting the World War. And now as a class, we will discuss the different topics and their importance or their influence in starting World War I. All right, so we've heard from all of the groups, but I still think imperialism had the best argument about why imperialism was the reason World War I started. Oh, Christian, do you have an argument against that?
Yeah, I think that nationalism was more important than imperialism because it was because of imperialism that they were controlling a bunch of countries very harshly, and I think that caused nationalism to grow in countries because they wanted to have their own identity, and so that kind of caused alliances and animosity amongst countries. So that's why I would say nationalism is more important.
I think that the military is more important from talking to my dad, and he just tells me all the time about how important the military is in all of the wars.
Well, my brother is currently in boot camp right now, and he said he's having a terrible time. And I can't wait to join it myself, really. And I would like to go shooting around other countries too. That would be really fun for me. Everyone else agree with that?
Well, class, we have looked at military, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism. I want you to take your study guides home with you, write a few paragraphs about why you think a particular topic was more important in the start of World War I. And tomorrow, we'll have a little quiz that looks at each of the points of Maine.
So me and my dad are totally getting into cycling here. I'm gonna start a new diet plan, an exercise plan, just to get training. You know, because I'm totally into fitness and stuff. It's super important to me and my dad, you know, because we're tough guys, totally into that kind of stuff. And I mean, not that it's like any contest or anything, but I got a really sweet Cannondale bike. It's like, it's got all, like, I don't even know how many gears it has. That's how awesome it is. And it's like super, I don't know what he calls it. It's like carbon or something, like carbon alloy fork and stuff like that. And I don't know, I like cycling. I mean, I've never actually done it before. And I'm not too excited to be like in those spandex and things, like those wrestling like spandex things, those little shorts, something like that. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it'd be fun to do, get into, because I like to stay fit. Like I'm always talking about like how I'm always like doing super fun things like that. But yeah, I thought I'd just talk about it, just in case you're interested.
Well, it looks like you guys are having a pretty good discussion, but it sounds like you're getting a little off topic. Let's get back on.
Okay.